Welcome back to our channel, everybody. It's Yeager here from YeagerShots.com, here to talk about the things that I like and dislike about the Sony A7S3 and how that will lead me into talking about the Sony A7 IV. So right off the top, I'm not gonna keep this camera. This is a loaner. To me, it is a hire for me. The G Master lens was getting a little bit too heavy. I have a video where I chat about this particular lens, so subscribe for that. And this entire video is really a first world issue. I, of course, adore the Sony stuff and really cameras in general, hence the photo video part of this YouTube channel. So with all that out of the way, I got my trusty notes as always on my phone to go over this with you. First up, my big problem with the A7S3 is this flippy screen that I've been crying for so long feels a little janky and flimsy. It is not very sturdy feeling, which is contradictory to the rest of this camera body. More on that in a second. Also, there's no touch screen. Face tracking does what we're tapping on the screen, so it's not like you can't do anything touching, but it just seems like a weird omission because Canon Rebels from 5 years ago or more have actually been doing touch to get into your menus. And I gotta believe this can just be a simple firmware update, right? For the A7S3, so this problem might not hang around too long. My other issue with the A7S3 is that the memory cards are expensive. The rent is too damn high, gas prices are too damn high, these memory cards are too damn high. For $250 for this particular one, the ProGrade 256 gig. The CF Express Type A cards these cameras can take just don't give you a good price per gigabyte, and I can't say bang for buck as in these either. They are costly. That is the other thing I do not like about this camera. If you think about memory technology, how we're on V90s now and go back, I don't know, 6 years to where we were with memory cards, for technology that's just not really gonna age all that great. My final gripe is this lock button on the top with the dial for like presets, your 1, 2s, and 3s. It has to be held down to turn. This was not the button I was accidentally hitting. These here, maybe. This has a lock where you can move it and just tap in and then it locks. So why only a few centimeters over? Could we not get that same button? It's a weird omission. This was a button that I've flipped through a lot as a hybrid shooter, so I really would have appreciated the same kind of button here to lock or unlock right here in this spot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me bust up in this video, hop in here for one more time. About to drop this bad boy off. And after using it a few more days, one more weird problem I have with this camera, people think that it's a stills camera. And I mean, look at it. It looks like a stills camera. But you say it takes 12 megapixel photos, and I know you can blow up maybe till 16 by 20 with 12 megapixel photos. I've done it forever. Billboards have been created off of 12 megapixels. However, that's not quite the workflow normally for sending people family pictures. I was at a wedding and of course I'm holding a camera, even though I'm there to do video only, people think it's a stills camera. So I've had to fire off a few still photos. Just one more thing I want to drop into the video. Now back to me inside. Now backing up to what I said about the flimsy screen. And by the way, this pull out up here, glad that's getting fixed on the A7 IV. Top part, tough to get. This should be a lot easier to grab on the back of the screen as far as pulling it out. While the flippy screen may seem a little bit flimsy, the rest of the body is premium. This camera feels expensive. This camera is expensive. This camera also looks serious, and this camera feels like it is very well put together. I don't have my hands on it yet. The A7 IV is gonna be more my daily driver. Why? Because of the stills, 33 megapixel stills. The video, the S-Cinetone, and 10-bit 422 is gonna be in the A7 IV. An ability to stream right out the box without the use of a capture card. Yeah, you're not a hybrid shooter if you're streaming with these cameras. You're threesome. I'm never gonna retire that joke. And I know some people are really up in arms about the crop factor when shooting in 60p on the A7 IV, but come on, you're gonna push in with Super 35 to crop in sometimes. This right here has a crop in too when you use the active stabilization inside of it. Cropping in is kind of a thing. A wide angle lens like this Tamron 17 to 28 is gonna be your workaround. Not always appropriate nor convenient to change lenses. I get that, I feel you. However, working with a crop is a thing that I've kind of grown to do, and minor annoyance when shooting in 60p. But I've never made a sensor. I can't tell you what's necessary for that sensor coming to the A7 IV that requires a crop in at 60p. I've never made a sensor, and also neither has Apple or Nikon for that matter. That's why they lease sensors from Sony. The camera that I do recommend for a lot of people who want to get into full frame is the Sony A7iii. That's right, I said 3, maybe even the A7siii, a little bit better autofocus for video. So why do I say the A7iii, not the A7 IV? The A7iii still does fantastic stills. You still get great pictures right out of the camera. Those files look amazing coming right out of that camera, the raw files that is. Also, if color grading video isn't really a thing that you're that into, then the A7iii is gonna be fine for you. You don't really need the A7 IV, or I don't think you're gonna get a lot out of this one either as far as that goes. The biggest gripes were I needed the flippy screen, I wanted the 10-bit 422, the color grade, all that's gonna get answered with the A7 IV, so those quality of life things are gonna be great for me, and that's kind of the whole thing. And the takeaway is please get the camera that works for you and your needs. You don't need every camera doesn't need to do everything. I think a camera is kind of like a fork, spoon, knife. It's the right tool for the right job, but you can still eat with all of them. Same thing with cameras. Let me hop in here real quick and tell you to swing by YeagerShots.com and get some channel themed apparel as well as photo and video related apparel. Plus, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna talk about why I love this lens so much. So stick around for that.